Greetings, and welcome to A Year of Movies, a Planet Geek production. For this project, we are using the Ivan Walters reference book of 365 films to watch on the day they happened. Each day, we watch a movie associated with the date we are watching it on. And as it is the 5th of March, this is going to be The Right Stuff from 1983, directed by Philip Kaufman and starring Sam Shepard. So to begin with, this is one of those perfect examples of big screen blockbuster movies, huge cast, great visual effects. And again, we're dealing with early 80s, so it's even more of an experience going to the theater at the time to see this. Mind you, I did not see it in the theater until I didn't actually see the movie in a theater at all. My first viewing, I believe, must have been on one of those cable networks that was showed movies just like HBO, either First Choice or Super Channel, whatever it was at the time. And then again, I believe seeing it later on DVD, where I get to see the actual widescreen version of it, because up until then it was, square screens. You get a full screen version, which basically cuts off two ends of your rectangular view. So that being said, not only does this movie star Sam Shepard, but it also stars Scott Glenn, Ed Harris, Dennis Quaid, Fred Ward, Barbara Hershey, Kim Stanley, and Levon Helm. Now, what I had just mentioned is just like 1/4 of the amount of names that are involved in this movie. A lot of the great thing about this is there's a lot of huge names involved with this movie that were just coming into their notoriety at the time. It's just really cool to recognize voices before they even come on screen. Like at one point, Harry Shearer and Jeff Goldblum are doing scouting at this test pilot facility, and you actually hear their voices before you see them on screen, and it's like, I know those voices. So it's a movie that's just packed like that. Now, of course, we're dealing with actual real-world history, the whole entire Mercury problem as the Americans drive to put the first man into space, the space race as it is between them and the Soviets. And it's just a wonderful examination of the time and era that this comes into. Because, of course, we're dealing with technology that is like 30 years prior to the date of this actual movie coming out. Even more so from today's point of view. But it is so cool to understand the era from the visuals of and the attitudes. Everyone brings their own personality forward, which is amazing for such a huge cast to be able to do that. Mind you, you do have an extended length of a regular movie to do it, but it is a really enjoyable watch. I mean, do yourself a favor, even if you have a slight passing interest in space exploration. This is one of those movies to watch. And after months and months of training and the selection of the core crew that will be part of the actual Mercury program, it's actually Scott Glenn, played by Alan Shepard. It is actually Alan Shepard, played by Scott Glenn, who is launched into space on May 5th, 1961, which is an hour and 46 minutes into this 3-hour and 13-minute movie. And when it came to the Academy Awards for that particular year, it actually ended up winning for Best Sound Editing, Best Film Editing, Best Music Original Score, and Best Sound. It also ended up getting nominated for Best Actor in a Supporting Role for Sam Shepard, Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, and Best Picture. All right, so that's going to wrap up this particular minute, and then we're going to look off to tomorrow and see what we're going to be watching for May the 6th, and that is going to be Wall Street from 1987. So until next time, go see a movie.